Hello students, and welcome back to one more session of personality development and communication skill classes. So in our last class we have discussed about non-verbal communication, how important it is. So we have discussed a few elements of non-verbal communication also. Say for example the physical appearance of a person, how it conveys meaning, positive or negative. Then we talked about posture, hand movements, facial experience, and so on. So today we'll discuss about a few more elements, that is gestures, eye contact, and spatial distance. So gesture, what is a gesture? Gesture is nothing but you are making some movement of the hand. Maybe you are pointing out a finger or waving your hand or giving a thumbs up or something like that, which gives a positive negative effect, or it may be an order, authority, or maybe it may tell about your thinking. Okay, so I have given you a few gestures which are used normally. So when you are pleased, you just touch your chest saying thank you, or you're telling somebody to keep quiet or to help, or what's the time, pointing a finger, saying hi, hello, or saying it is good, I am ready, and so on. So these gestures convey a lot of meaning without even speaking up, and this is best when, say, the listener is far off or you want to give a silent message to the audience. Then the next one is eye contact, which is very much important. Yeah, our eyes, are like the doorstep of what is happening inside our mind. So eye contact is, very much important. If you are constantly, when you're talking to somebody, if you don't have eye contact, this suggests that you are guilty, you're not confident, but you shouldn't continuously stare also towards anything. So continuous staring is different, and eye contact with confidence is different. Your staring means you are trying to observe keenly or trying to make the other person cautious or guilty or something like that. So you raise your eyebrows, that means that you are suspicious about it. You give you give wide open your eyes means you are in disbelief or you are angry. So your eyes speak a lot, and it will tell about your positive or negative mood, whether you're interested, not interested. You shut your eyes down means you're not interested, trying to wave them off, ignore, or say you're not looking to somebody when you're talking, or say you're talking only looking to few people and ignoring other part of the audience or other people, means that you are trying to ignore them. So avoiding eye contact is something which is called to be insecure and unconscious, to avoid confrontation. So if you are, say, guilty, you don't want to face it, then also people don't have eye to eye contact. Then the last element in non-verbal communication is distancing. So we have certain, there is a concept called as a physical space. So standing too close is not advisable if unless they are your friends or family. So if somebody is coming too near, it is considered as, very uncomfortable, and the people may not feel it as good manners also. So we have a concept called as a personal space. So personal space is that space which is around, say, 4 square feet around the space immediately. Okay, so this space is my personal space. I will not allow anybody unless they are really near to me, maybe my friends or my family. Okay, so a person standing beyond the personal space is considered as okay. If a stranger is coming too near, it is considered as bad manners, and it is not comfortable also. So we have 4 kinds of spaces. So that is a public space where you are on a stage and there is a distance of, say, 12 feet. between you and the audience. Then the social space, the space between, say, the other person is close but not that quite close, that is in the range of 4 to 12 feet. Then personal space is 1.5 feet to 4 feet. And the intimate space, that is very close, that is between maybe touching, or say between 1.5 feet. So this public distance, that is 12 to 25 feet, this is often used in public gathering where you have a speaker on the stage, or in a class, in academics, or you are doing a presentation. So your distance is considered as a formal distance where one speaker is speaking and the other person is listening. So this is an ideal space when you are giving a speech to in an audience, in an event, or in a presentation, or in the classroom. Then social distance, this is around 4 to 12 feet. This is often used with individuals who are acquainted, means say you know a person but they are not so close, so it is like a formal working, maybe you are talking to your co-worker or to your boss. So the minimum distance advisable is 4 to 12 feet. So you are close together but not that close enough. So but if somebody is crossing this line in coming too much, that if he is a stranger, it is considered as not professional, not non-mannered, or it's considered as uncomfortable also. So with someone you know fairly well, but you are not that close or intimate, then this is for social, say, gatherings where you are hanging out with in a formal event or a party where the distance between the two people is around 4 feet. Then personal distance, so this is usually a distance for you can say family and friends, where you are comfortable about, where you like to hang out with them. It's an indicator that you trust that person, there is a good relation, intimate relation, so you will not allow a stranger to come this close. Only those who trust, you have an intimate relation, only those people are allowed. So if a stranger comes to get so close, it gives a negative impact and they become conscious. Then intimate distance, it is around, says, 6 to 18 inches, that is 0 to 1.5, say very very close. So you are hugging, holding the hands, touching, whispering. See, all these things are comfortable where you have a very deep relation, maybe with your siblings, with your parents, with your spouse, and so on. So we have discussed all about what is close relation, and say professionally how the distance is used. So if somebody is crossing the line, that it gives a negative impact and gives the other person becomes alert. So I'll tell you what are the normal do's, or what are the positive things about non-verbal communication, how you can use it while talking, while in a social gathering, or in an event, maybe in the classroom for a presentation. So if you want to keep your spectators or the people around you involved, you have to have full confidence. You shouldn't do fidgeting. Now fidgeting is something like you're scratching your head, or playing with your hands, with your fingers. While talking, your fingers are showing uneasy movements. So this is fidgeting, which is a sign of nervousness and low confidence. So try to boost your confidence. Look straight, keep up your back straight, deep. You should take a deep breath and feel relaxed, so that nervousness, that fidgeting will stop. Then always smile and keep your audience involved. Smile is a very important tool. It smile can melt anybody's mind. Even say a person who's having a grudge may try to be neutralized by the way you smile at them. So it's the most powerful weapon, so that you get people involved around you, they are interested in you, and so on. Then we have to engage people. So how can we engage people is by using gestures with your hands, arms, say with your fingers, make actions. You say if somebody is constantly using his hand, opening his hands, making gestures while speaking, means that person is true. He is not lying anything. Because constantly he is using his hands movements. So we can say that that person is a very confident person. He or she is not lying, very trustworthy, very curious, attracted, and this makes the audience, pay attention. They get more attracted and they get connected to the people. Then we also, while talking, because whenever we are talking to somebody, maybe in a small group or maybe in a big audience, some people are there who are not interested, so you have to be calm, stiff. You have to make some, in between you have to make some stiff gestures with calmness, which indicate that some mischief is not say entertained, and people will trust you that this is a confident person and he will not like small mischiefs or silly things in between. So try to demonstrate at authority by standing straight, stiff, and use small pauses in between. Keep calm, so, say have a confident facial impact also. Then when you're talking or when you're say giving a lecture or a presentation, try to move around in the audience, be involved. Don't move too fast, neither talk too slow or too fast. So you should feel that the audience should feel that you are cool and calm and you are trying to make a personal connect, trying to interact with the audience. So move around in a slow pace. Don't walk simply aimlessly around. So try to get involved in the place so that the audience will feel that this person is paying attention. He is trying to connect with everybody and he is paying attention to what is happening in the audience. So also don't avoid talking fast, because it may reveal that you are not confident and you are trying to just finish up the work and end the event. Then the last but not the least, you have to make your audience believe in you. Even say many people take about fake stories or fake things, but still they make it so interesting that the audience is always interested. And sometimes sometimes or more, many a times, if you are so good, a person who can make people believe, then they can even believe them blindly. So use gestures like smiling, mirroring, nodding. So you have to behave, you have to be too much involved in them. Make them use small stories in between so that they can connect and remember the stories, and thereby you can become a popular person. So this is how we can use non-verbal communication, which is an important tool. I told you earlier that 65% of the communication is non-verbal. So that's why we say that silence is gold and speech is silver. So the silence is more powerful than words. So the silence of your speech, but with your expression, body language, your hand leg movements, your expressions, your attire will make a lot of difference. It gives both negative and positive impact, and so it is much important. So it is up to you how you can use your skills, body language, your gestures as a powerful tool which will build up your confidence and will turn you into a marvelous personality, and so that you will be carried in a social gathering very well, and people will be interested, appreciated by you, and you can keep them involved. So that's all about it. So this was all about non-verbal communication. So I hope you have understood it. Any queries, please comment, like and subscribe to my channel to get further videos. So that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you.